What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another live. Now, if you have questions, this is the time because I'm going to be here for about 45 minutes. I'm going to go through some questions that I end up finding on social media about IT related questions. But if you have any questions, let me know. My main focus is to obviously give you some advice, some guidance on a few things for you to think about. Like, I'm not here to tell you, oh, you better do this, but just gonna give you a few things for you to think about and how you can go on and be able to either get your first job in IT or for you to upgrade the job that you have now to a better one, right? Because that's obviously the point for you to do that and for you to do that sooner than later. So if any questions, go on the chat. Now, someone asked again on social media, what do you think about the job market? And I'm like, what do you mean? He didn't get back to me. But let's answer that one question about the opportunities that we have now. Because this is something that I share with many of my students. That the opportunities that we have now will not be there the next probably 6 months, maybe the next year, maybe the next year and a half. So listen to this. The opportunities that we have now in IT, all of them, the ones we have now, will not be there in the next 6 months, probably in the next year. And I know probably that goes against and what most people say, like, oh my God, we have like thousands of jobs out there, so many job postings. Like, oh my God, there are so many, so many jobs that are unfulfilled. That's not true. That's not true. And if you really take the time to do some research, you're going to find out two things. That right now, many companies stop hiring people because about what's about to happen, that we're going to go on this major recession. And this is not like in the next 3 to 2 years. It's happening in the next few months, next year. So obviously, huge companies are getting prepared now. So they used to hire a lot tech jobs, but right now they're like, no, let's hold on to that. And here's the thing too, that if you take the time to do some research, that you're gonna find out there are more people, like more looking into a starter IT career. So you see, it will be more competitive. So this is why you really have to think about how you're gonna go about either getting your first job in IT or getting a high paying job in IT. And let me tell you this, your first job in IT matters a lot. Like the first job that you get in your IT career matters a lot. It's a fucking huge deal. Many people don't think of it that way. I'm just gonna get my first job in IT and it doesn't matter what job, I'm just gonna go and get some hands-on experience, and from there I get a better job and all this bullshit. Again, it matters a lot the first job that you get in your IT career. Now, if I come to you and I ask you, what's the big deal? Like, really, what's the big deal on that first job? What's the big deal? One, the income, right? Because obviously, I don't think that you want to get an entry level job that will pay you probably 40, 50K. I mean, what the hell are you going to do with 40, 50K based on how the economy is right now? Like, really, what the hell are you going to do with $40,000, $50,000? That's not enough based on how the economy is right now. Now, that's one, right? The income. That way you get a good job that will pay you well. Now, number two, and this is the biggest one, and I'm going to go through some of your questions, guys. Number two, and this is the big one. That job, your first job that you get in your IT career matters a lot. And that job helping you or not for you to accelerate the process and you being able to get to a high paying job in IT sooner than later. Because there are many jobs out there that don't help you for you to become more valuable to the IT market. Like, you cannot argue with me. Like any entry level job, you cannot get any value from that. And I don't care what people may say about that. I really don't give a shit about it. Why? Because I've been there. I talk to people. I work with the students. And entry level jobs will not help you for you to become more valuable to the IT market. And obviously, you want to get a job, even though your first job, but they will help you for you to become valuable to the IT market because you're gonna be working on be exposed to work on different technologies and do a few other things that will help you to do that. But you see, people don't talk about that. People cannot give you the same bullshit. Like, I still don't get it. How many YouTubers, they keep giving you the same bullshit advice and guidance that you need to get your CompTIA certifications. Like, I don't get it. And I know that some of them, probably not all of them, because they're probably not fucking aware of what's going on. But I know some of them, they know better. I know they know better, and they know that it's nothing good for you to go and get any CompTIA certification. So I don't know why they keep giving the same advice, guidance, saying bullshit. Oh, go and do that. You know how many thousands of people right now are getting their CompTIA certifications? I mean, what would you want to do that? You know? So, hi everyone. Let's see. So, let me go back now on your questions. I just got my bachelor's degree in IT. That's great. And I work as an specialist. Now, Justin, please tell me. Well, let me first read your question. How can I get to assist engineer or network engineer? Let me ask you this, Justin, and just be honest with me, okay? How long far you got this job, and what's the title, because it just says a specialist. Yeah, like, what's the title that you have? And please let me know what state, and let me know the pay rate. Just let me know that way I can give you some advice that's more specific based on where you are right now. And that's for Justin. So now, Kennedy, which job website is great? Do I need to keep my resume on Indeed and Dice? I'm gonna skip that one question because yeah, just that question tells me that you have no idea on how to go about getting a job in IT. That's basically what everyone does. Not just you, not even another 100 people, not even just another few thousand people. Like, there are thousands of thousands and multiply by and more thousands of people doing that same shit. Like, that doesn't. It's, let's just continue. Pedro, I've been watching your videos for a while now. I'm new in IT. I have my A plus a few months ago, thinking about getting my CCNA. What advice can you give me? My advice, Pedro, for you is to take a lighter, okay? Get your A plus and burn it, because you don't need that shit, not even for you to post it on the resume. And this goes for all of you. If any of you have your A plus, you better not fucking put it on the resume. Oh, Jorge, because I'm very proud of it. I don't give a shit, because that's not what the market needs. When someone sees the A plus on your resume, that gels. I'm fucking new. Don't fucking hire me. And I know many people may disagree with that. Don't care. I just go based on how the market is. I go based on how to play the game that's been playing out there. That's just the way I go. Sometimes when I notice some resumes, because I usually help a few students to kind of go through that, and the ones they end up getting like a few CompTIA certifications, I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? Why are you putting the A plus, the network plus, and this bullshit? Why are you doing that, man? Well, I end up getting them, so might as well. I'm like, no. When people look at it, they don't think of it. Okay, let me take that time to read it. Let me take that time to process this, and what you're trying to say and how you're positioning yourself on the resume. No, they need to right away look at it, certifications, and yeah, right away that's an entry level positions, entry level job, new, new, new. I don't need this, but like it's just don't do that. Please don't do that. So that's my best advice. And I know you may not want that advice. Now, going back to you, Pedro, yes, take the CCNA, but you better do it the right way. If not, that's no point. You can have the CCNA and no fucking job. There are many people right now with the CCNA and either don't have a job or they have an entry level job. That's no fucking bueno, right? I mean, and really think about it, right? You have the Cisco CCNA, and let's say that you end up learning a lot of the topics the right way. So you know really how to, you know, set up a small network, you know how to set up a wireless access point, you know how to set up a switch. And by the way, I'm gonna end this fucking live if you don't fucking like this video or this live, because I only see 3 likes and I see like 21 people. So please go out there and like this shit. Let me drink some coffee. Thank you. Now I see 6 likes. So now going back on that conversation. Okay. So yeah, Pedro, not only about going and learning the topics the right way in the CCNA, but there are a few things that you have to do. Like you really have to learn about storytelling. This is anyone that knows me, they always see me. Oh, this guy's gonna talk about storytelling. That's a huge fucking deal. Many people don't know how to storytell, and many people they think they know how to. By the time they go and answer the questions, and that can be technical questions or that can be non-technical questions, they have no fucking idea on how to do that, and that's why they end up like sound like everyone else. They're basically end up saying the same shit that everyone else is basically saying. You know, really, you have to think about it and be honest with yourself. When you go through that job interview process, as you know, you are not the only one. So if you sit down, right, and they're asking you questions, and let's say if you have that power to like stop that moment and think, okay, they're asking me this one question, and probably and more likely they ask this question to other people. So what the hell did they end up saying? Did they answer that question the same way that I'm about to answer this question? And just by doing that, your mind is not gonna lie to you, and it's gonna probably say yes. You're gonna about to say the same shit that everyone else says, that blah blah blah. You know. So again, that's one thing for you to learn. This goes back to you, Pedro. CCNA the right way and start learning about storytelling. Woo! We got an early stream today. Amazing. What was the stream about? Tell me what was the stream about and from who? Just give me some insights, man. So I see you're right. The days of entry level positions are over. Hell yeah, man. Because you're not gonna fucking get a good like no shit. Now let's continue. Hello, Jorge. Hope you are well. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Just wondering when could we have a video call so that I can get my membership access? Oh, you sign up to the member, bro. I send you the link, man. I send out the link to you and you never connected. So what's going on with that? You know, but send me an email again. Reply to the email that I send out to you. Reply to it, and I make sure that we get that one-on-one either tomorrow or Thursday. Okay, so just reply to that email because I do remember that you signed up for the membership, and I do remember that I send out a link for you to connect, and you never show up. So make sure you do that, please. Okay, that way we do that tomorrow, and I can get you access to some badass content can get you going and allow you to get in on that community, because I don't know if you're already in that community or not. So now let's continue. Woohoo! Okay, holy shit, there's so many messages. Okay, I'm gonna get to you. Don't worry. So Giris, so many layoffs in tech, no job security, and this is why I work 2 full-time jobs remote. Network security engineer jobs making over 400K. CompTIA is a waste of time. Thank you. Reach out to me, man. I want to talk to you. You know, you see, that's people that I want to talk to. People that are fucking making shit happen. Like this guy, 2 jobs, earning more than 400K. Well, about 400K, let's say. Reach out to me, man. I really want to ask you a few questions. Probably, if you are okay with it, I can probably bring you inside that community so you can advise some of my students. You know, because that's the type of individuals that we need. People that make shit happen. You know, not the people that fucking question like, you know what you need to question a lot of you is what you've been told and the guidance that you got from many people in the IT community, because a lot of it that's fucking bullshit. Like, who would you rather listen to? A fucking YouTuber, right? That you can tell they don't have a fucking high paying job in IT, or would you rather listen to this guy? I don't know his name, Jiris. I'm like, bro, I have 2 jobs working from home, earning about 400K. I'm like, fuck that YouTuber, right? Giving the same bullshit about getting theatrifications and all that shit, you know? So now let's continue. Justin, hi, Jorge. To follow your response, so my title is IT specialist with a pay salary of 63K, and I'm in New Mexico. Bro, You end up getting a bachelor's degree. That's good. 63K is good, man. Now, I'm gonna have to do this to you, and this is only to you, Justin. You fucking sign up to my coaching, man, and I can get you to 95K, 100K in the next 4 months. And I don't care if you end up getting the fucking job a few days ago. It doesn't matter. You can go from the 63K in the next 4 or 5 months and be able to get something that's gonna pay you between the 95 to 100K. And probably even, I don't know if that's something that you work from home now or something that you have to go an office. Excuse me. But easy for you to get something that you can work from home. I'm just saying, right? But I'm just telling you what can be possible. Because I can probably go about it and be, oh, just get this one IT certification, but I don't do that. I know most people do that. Get the CCNP, or get any of the cloud certifications. Go with Azure, or go with AWS, or with Google Cloud, or get into, like, that's bullshit, because they have no fucking idea what you are going through, the things that you're doing right now, and a lot more on what and based on what you want. So it has to be very specific, on how to go from where you are now to the next point. And I'm telling you, because I have done it with the students, to go for to be able to get to $30,000 to $40,000 more in just 4 months. 5 months, let's say. This all depends on how fast you go about it. But you got a good job, a decent job, being your first job in IT, and that's a good position, IT specialist. 60 grade, that's good, man. Just gonna upgrade to 95, 100K in 4 or 5 months. That's what I will do, because I will not waste any fucking time. Now, may I well communication degree at that point? May as well get a communication degree at that point. I don't know what was that comment about. You can have to be more specific. A plus is a toilet paper. Yep, I agree with that. Someone is laughing. Probably something that I said a few minutes ago. Holy shit, there's more comments. I'm gonna get to you guys. And let's see if we find some haters. I would like to talk to some haters too. I'm working on my CCNP currently, and core after that will afford net serve firewall that way to go. I don't know, man, because I don't know you. Simeon Carter. Do you have a job in IT? Yes, no. And if you do, how long you been working on that job? What's your current position? How much are you earning? What are the things that you're doing right now? And what's your dream job? If you can answer all those questions, then I can tell you if that's the right thing to do. But you see, everything right now, it's focused on IT certifications. I uploaded a video, I think today, if I'm not mistaken. Was today? Yes, I think today. A few minutes ago, I think I uploaded that video. And I talk about 3 huge mistakes that people fucking make. And one of them is they only focus on IT certifications. And I can see right there, I'm working on my CCP and core. And after that, I'm going to go for Fortinet and the firewall certification. Like, no, man, there are many other things that you need to learn, not just that shit. Okay. So let's continue. So, is that systems engineer title valuable? I'm from Argentina, finishing my 5th year. I don't know what does that mean with 5th year. Finishing my 5th year. Do you mean that you've been working in IT for and with that title for 5 years? Because right now, many of the system engineers, they're moving into 2 options. They either move into cloud or they're moving into DevOps. And I've been seeing that lately, the last few months. They've been going through that process, or they either a system engineer goes to cloud, or they end up going to DevOps. That again, that's all depends on what you're gonna end up liking the most, because many people kind of think of it's kind of the same. No, it's not the same. It can be very related, yes, but it's just not the same if you go all full on and as a cloud or a DevOps. Again, it can be a way to kind of combine both, but they're a lot more different, each one of them. Probably not. No one asked for Fortnite, Sims Carter. Okay, so he answered the question. But once again, it all depends. What do you think about Fortnite? Here we go again. Like, this is not. I just go based on what the market is needed, right? Like, if you take a look at the market, most companies, if I look for, let's say, a network security job, a lot more will be looking for Palo Alto certification. A lot more, even compared to A.S.A. firewalls from Cisco. And why? Because they obviously do a lot more and related to application based. But the thing is that they're obviously a lot more fucking expensive. But once again, if you know what a firewall does and you're able to manage one, you can learn the other one. So it's not about, if this is the right one for me. Again, it's all based on reverse engineer the process and what will be the best for you. And people don't think of it that way. It's like, oh, I don't know what to start. Oh, it's like, no, there is ways on how you go about studying for the next topic of the next IT certification. And many people, what they end up doing is just kind of go to the IT community and ask, hey guys, I'm here. I don't know what to do next. Oh, and then you get a lot of BS. Do this. No, 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 no. Do that. Oh yeah, do that, but then do that too. And oh no, no, don't do any of those. It's better to focus. Like all these bullshits, you really need to start thinking for yourself. You just need to ask the right questions and how you go about, finding that information that you need, not someone else. Okay. Let's see. Blah blah blah. I have been using the CCNA simulator. Is a good to start? Yes, it's a good to start. But if you are not creating stories out of those labs that you're doing, Pedro, that's no point. I'm sorry, but that's no point. I know probably some people may disagree with that too, but I don't care. But if you are not creating stories when you do labs, that's no point. Might as well don't do shit because it's just not gonna help you that well. Because you're not gonna be able to sell it. You're not gonna be able to educate other people about it. You're not gonna be able to put a picture in someone else's mind and be able to walk them through that picture for them to see what you're capable of doing, the value that you have to offer, and all that combined. Okay. Wow. Just checking something really quick, guys. What the heck? Never mind. Okay, let's continue. Holy another. I don't have that many. I make 250K. It's close. I'm almost close. A better route to go. Okay, so that's coming from experience. That one guy right there. Oh, two jobs, by the way. You see, like many people don't see this because many people either they're not that in social media, and obviously people don't want to say what they do. But I know there are many they have two jobs working from home. This is why in the other video, like your life can really change, guys. I don't know where you are right now in life, but your life can change in 6 months and 1 year financially. Why? Because it's not difficult to get a 100K job. It's just not. Even though you may look at the IT community and you're gonna find like so many people they've been working in IT for many years and don't have a high paying job in IT. And many times because you don't know any better, you cannot relate to that. Oh, I have a few friends. Oh, I know a few people. Oh, I've been seeing this, that. It takes a long time for you to get to a high paying job in IT. And I've been working in IT only for 6 months. So yeah, it's a long way for me to go. Or yeah, I need a bachelor's degree. So even though I have experience, I don't think they're gonna hire me because when I look, I see some of those jobs that need a bachelor's degree. My previous job, not the one that I have now, but my previous job, uh, and there was a senior system engineer. When I applied on that job, and the job requirement said bachelor's degree required. Listen on what I'm saying. When I look at that position and I'm like, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna reach out this recruiter for this position, and it says bachelor's degree required. So how the hell I end up getting that job, even though I'm a high school dropout? I don't even have my GT. So how is that I end up getting the job? You see, if I get to that thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna apply to that job because I'm a high school dropout. Oh, like all this fucking bullshit, man. Like, God, this is why, like, there's so many people out there that will not be able to give you a good advice or guidance in order for you to make shit happen. And by the way, this is not normal, guys. Most people cannot go through their IT career, their life, just being normal, just being average, and that's no bueno. But going back on that, and you being able to change your life in 6 months, a year, it's not difficult getting 100K pay job. It's just not when you know how to do it, and it shouldn't take you not even fucking under 1 year. If you're new in IT, that should take you under 1 fucking year. And you see, I had some students that were able to do that. They didn't have any background in IT. They didn't have any bachelors. And under 1 year, they were able to get to a six-figure income, engineer level position. So now imagine that you get there, right? In less than a year. And then you get that job working from home. And then few weeks, you kind of like see like what's going on with this job. You need to kind of get used to it. You'll be very productive at it. And then be like, you know what? Let me go and get my second job working from home. So now you have two jobs. Now on those two jobs, now you're probably earning between 180 to 220K. And that can all happen, that income in the next year. And for many people, they're like, oh, I don't think that's possible for me. And that's the reason you're not going to get it, because you're not finding a way on how to do that when already other people doing that already. Like really, man. And you probably have no idea on how much that is every 2 weeks in your pocket. Having two jobs, that's once again, that's probably getting a paycheck like every Friday of about $3,000. Easy. Easy. Okay. So, yeah. So now let's continue. So, how to negotiate an offer? Um, Man, I will give that. That's a long lecture, man. And I will tell you this: how to negotiate an offer. I know because I study a lot of that many years too, and I go more about the psychology behind it. And many people, even though they have good points, that's just not things that work when you negotiate an offer, because you cannot negotiate an offer if you don't position yourself, and if you end up not doing everything the right way by the time you have to negotiate the offer. You think that, okay, I'm gonna negotiate the offer tomorrow, because I'm like, if you end up not doing a lot of things before then, you cannot really negotiate it effectively. So this is why it's like you have to look at the big picture. It's just not when that moment comes, you know. And again, I can go on and on and on, but that will be too much. Okay, let's continue. Okay, you are correct, but bottom line is mindset. It's everything. You know what you want, go for it, and all means. Yep, there we go. So I got my degree in cybersecurity last December. Never got an internship, and I only have experience from assignments. I'm aiming for security plus. What kind of position should I? Oh my God, one-minded, bro, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. You have a degree in cybersecurity, and you couldn't get a job, and it's been fucking 6 months, and now you think because you're gonna get the security plus, that's gonna work for you? Oh, I got your email. I got your email, Ping Young. I want to reply to you tonight. That way we can set up a one-on-one tomorrow. And by the way, this is not for everyone. This is just for that guy because he ended up signing on to the membership. Okay. Um. So yeah, I wouldn't get my security plus. Like who the fuck told you to get your security plus, man? Who the fuck are you listening to? One minded. And are you still here or did you just left? Because I don't want to waste my time giving you some advice and you're not here, man. Like, and this is something that I've been saying a lot, but I'm gonna say this again. Like, it doesn't fucking matter to me if you wanna become a network engineer, cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, and cybersecurity engineer. That really doesn't fucking matter to me at all. At all. And this is why, because this is not my, because I know what people say. That if you wanna become a cloud engineer, you know, get cloud IT certifications. I'm like, bro, like really? No one is gonna hire you as a cloud engineer because you end up getting a few cloud certifications. Who the fuck told you that? Oh, if you want to become a cybersecurity engineer, get a few IT certifications related to cybersecurity. Again, you may end up getting two, three, and like, who the hell is gonna hire you just because you end up getting some fucking IT certifications? That probably you end up memorizing the fucking questions, because that's what most people do. Let's be honest. Most people that end up getting their IT certifications, they end up memorizing the questions. And that's the thing, guys, that you probably don't know. The recruiters know that shit. The managers, they know that. The people that you're gonna work with, they know that you probably, if you have more than fucking 3 4 IT certifications, that you end up memorizing a lot of that shit. Now, what that means is this. Like for me, yes, I have a lot of IT certifications, But if I'm gonna apply to a job, I only put 2, maybe 3 that one's needed. The other fucking a lot more that I have, I'm not gonna post them. That's a fucking huge red flag. And people are so proud of when they put like fucking 5, 6, 7 IT certifications. When I look at it, I laugh. I really laugh. And sometimes, yes, I will laugh in their face. I'm like, excuse me, I asked you like 2 very easy questions, and you couldn't even answer those questions properly. It seems that you know the knowledge, but now the way they will be applicable based on a real life scenario. But I don't get it. I mean, I see that you have A plus, Network plus, Security plus, Linux plus, the CCNA, CCNA plus. Like, what's going on here? Did you end up memorizing the questions or something? I will fucking do that. I haven't got to that point yet, but I will do that if I have the opportunity. I will put that guy on the spot. And I don't come with your bullshit of IT certifications, man, that you be like, no, no, no. So, yeah. So let's go back on the questions because I see many more. Okay. So I didn't know what was that. Why I was answering that? I forgot that conversation there. Oh, and one minded, my bad, one minded. Yes, so cybersecurity. So yes, it doesn't matter. Like, you come to me, anyone that it's new in IT, I'm like, look, you need to focus on 2 things. Number one, to get a job in IT as soon as possible, meaning like in the next fucking 4 months. And for that job, number 2, to be a good job in IT, not fucking entry level job. You know, like one of my students, like last week, and I think I shared this with you guys. You know, I know probably some of you that are probably just barely watching now, but I know a lot of you were on this call on the live that I had last week. And I had that student and I showed it to you and like, look, you see, network analyst, first job in IT. It took fucking 4 months. This guy didn't know anything about IT 4 months ago. 4 months later, network analyst, not fucking help desk, not fucking desktop support, none of this fucking bullshit. Now you get that type of a job, right? Network analyst. And there's obviously a lot more related to that level, but not entry level jobs. Now, at that point, he can go and get a cloud engineer position if he wants to. Or he can go and become a network engineer if he wants to. Or he can go and become a DevOps engineer or a cybersecurity engineer. He end up getting a position that allow him to go anywhere he wants to. But people fucking don't do that. They don't plan that far away. And that's why they get stuck. You see? Now, this is what I'm saying can really change your fucking IT career from this point on. Because probably making you think, and you're going to end up making better decisions for you not to get stuck and do that. Okay? Now, I have this guy saying, are you hiring coaches for your team? I do not hire nobody if they haven't gone through my process. Because even though they may have a job, a high paying job, they still end up not going through my process. Because once again, it's not just about IT certifications. There is a lot more. You know, I have 2 guys right now that end up getting high paying jobs in IT, went through my process without a bachelor's degree. And there are some that I will be putting into the process next month. I'm working on that. But yeah, I will not do that with someone and put him as a coach, a mentor, if they haven't gone through my process, because they don't know what the fuck is going on. Even though they have a high paying job in IT. But you see, it's not just about having a high paying job in IT. It's about learning other things that allows you for you to become the next version and better version of you. The one that's gonna get just a high paying job in IT, but obviously too, the one that's gonna get you the life you want, because you're fucking building the life that you want. If you end up connecting if you end up doing the right things. So that's a lot more than just IT certifications, you know? But yeah. So, oh, one minute. Oh, no, education isn't the issue. I need a home lab, maybe. OMG. A home lab. OMG. Who told you that, man? Who told you that? Fuck. Don't go. Just might as well send that money to me, man. If you're gonna go and spend $300-400 on some home lab, just might as well send it to me, and you're gonna totally waste it, and so much time to it too. Like, you don't do that. I don't care what other people may say. You don't do that. That's holding you back. That's gonna make you think that you are not good enough. And now you're gonna spend a lot of time doing a lot of things that you do not need. So now instead of getting a job in fucking 2 months, because you are at that point that you can get a job in 2 months, that's gonna take probably 4 months, and maybe you end up getting an entry level shit. Like this guy, like, no, you don't. That's something good for you to have, but once you have an engineer level position, so listen to me. Once you are engineer, okay, now I'm gonna start doing my lab. That way I can go to higher positions, but not before engineer. That's what I tell people when they're like, "Hey, Jorge, should I?" No, 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 you don't need to. Get to engineer level job first. Once you have that engineer level, then go and build your fucking lab if you want. That's fine. That's totally fine. Woo! Okay. I only have like 5 minutes, guys. Holy shit. There's so many questions here. Okay. Let's continue. I agree with the hands-on experience. No, I do not agree with that. And again, I have facts. I have results to back it up, and not just for my result. Let's not put it on the side, like students, that they don't go through that bullshit. Now, earning my A+ security helped me land my first job as a security analyst, but I didn't memorize the questions and I actually learn it. Good. That's good for you. That usually doesn't happen that often, and that's true, because I've seen that a lot. So, any last words? Oh, that's your. I'm like, wait. I'm like, what? Okay. Any last words? What state are you in, and how much are you earning, if you don't mind saying? Not yet. It's just a question. It's still here. Okay, I'm looking for the best hands-on experience. What do you mean the best hands-on experience? I still don't get that. No help this. I could maybe get my resume if you need any flaws. Luis, is a monthly membership open? Luis, yes and no. I'm gonna send you the link, Luis. You can sign up. It's not like fully advertised yet because I'm working on a few things, but I already let people in, by the way. So that's for Luis. Luis, you can get there if you wanted to. But yeah, that's just the monthly the subscription if you want to go for it. Let's continue. Is there a thing for let me go back. Is the month is there such a thing as weekend IT job, looking for a get into job IT but don't want to give up my day job just yet? Why you don't want to give up your day job yet? I think I know the answer, but if you tell me that so that I can confirm my prediction or my thinking. So can you tell me? And that says Phantom 79. Why you don't want to replace your day job just yet? Why? Just tell me why. I want to see your point of view on that. It isn't free. What do you mean isn't free? What? So what am I supposed to do because I'm applying isn't enough? Open mind. You think that I can in probably 20 minutes tell you exactly, like, bro, you went to fucking school. I don't know how much you end up paying for that cyber security degree. And you think I'm gonna be here for 20 minutes and explain everything to you on how to get the job? That's just not how it works, man. It's a fucking process. Obviously, a process that works, not a process that gets you hanging like the fucking cyber security degree that you end up getting. And you know what? Don't even tell me how much you pay for it, because I don't want to give you like holy shit, you know? So in South Dakota, making 50K 1 month could be a bit more for it seems like a decent start. It's just it's an okay start. 55K, it's okay. The good thing about it is that you didn't get an entry level job. That's a good thing about it. So right now, it's not more about the income, because the income 55K, fuck it, you know. But the question is, how long are you gonna stay there? Like, how long are you gonna stay there? That's the question. How long are you going to stay there on the 55K? Because if I were you, I will probably be there for no more than 6 months. That's it. For no more than 6 months. And then I go for something that's going to pay me 90K. That's just me. You can be there for as long as you want to, but that's just me. Good question. I will stay 6 months with promotion. Bro, I don't know why people ask these questions. And I get it. That was me too, because I didn't know any better. But you never, ever, never wait for a promotion in a company or get one. Ever. And this is a question that I ask people, like executives before. I ask this question. And basically, a lot of it has to do like, no, because you're not going to get what you work for. Because let's say if you're earning $55,000 and you get promoted because of policies or whatever they have going on, they're not going to get you more than probably 10, 15K. They're not. And I'm like, are you okay if they give you another 10K, 15K? And maybe people will be like, yeah, but yeah, like from this much to another 10K, hell yeah, and getting about hell yeah. That's an average mentality. I'm sorry, but that's just an average thinking mentality. Just gonna be normal. I don't go by that shit. So what I do, I promote myself. And what I do is I go to another job that's gonna pay me 30, 40K more. And that job is not gonna give you that. I'm sorry, but that job is not gonna give you that. I haven't seen ever when someone gets promoted and they get 30, 40K more. I never seen that. That only may happen on executive level positions. When you go from IT director, let's say, sometime from director to executives, there, I can see that happening. But IT job, like, no, that doesn't happen, bro. That's just not how it works. This is why I'll always go based, and I tell the students, do not ever wait for a fucking promotion, ever, and don't even go for it. And even if you go for it, just go for it, just to see that I'm not fucking lying. They're gonna probably offer you 10, 15K more and give you so much responsibility compared to just get that time of job that you're gonna get promoted for, but in another job that's gonna pay you 30, 40K more. Fuck, a fucking huge difference. It's another like 1,000, 1,500 more in your pocket every fucking month. Just because you didn't have the fucking balls to go out there and make that happen, and you were just okay for that fucking company to promote you. That's bullshit. That's average mentality. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not that like okay. So only ever really stay for more 6 months. Only ever really stay for 6 months. Okay. Lupe, see Lupe, what's going on? Lupe, how are you? Parker Benitez, if you have for 6 months, are they going to question why you left so early? No, because you know how to do it. And that was a good question, Parker Benitez. Like, oh my God, they're going to ask you why you leaving this job. There is ways on how to do everything, guys. The way that you go about it and how you're going to storytell and how you're going to position yourself, like all of it. But you see, many people may not know how to answer that. And that's the reason why they end up not getting those jobs. You see why the reason on IT certifications is not just the answer for everything. It's just a resource that it's needed for you to get to the destination that you want to get to. But there are other resources that you need the most, the IT certifications. IT certifications just can get you that far. I have a degree in software development, but need to catch back up and turn engineer, blah, blah. So we'll study network analysis and then move into software development. I'm going to get back to that question right now. Comment section. Any actual advice for me? Thought I was getting help, not roasted. Oh, 1 minute. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I mean, Robert, what's going on, Robert? You see Robert? It was on the fence lines. That's how you say it. On the fence line. Like he wanted to kind of join the coaching program. For like, I'm like, no, probably not. Then probably yes. And he fucking signed up. I think it was last week. So it's been not even a week. So Robert, how is that going with what you have so far in front of you? So far in front of you. You see, someone that fucking took action. It's gonna about to make shit happen. That way I have another fucking testimonial that You follow the process. Robert, did you were on the training call that I had last night? If not, I'm gonna upload it tomorrow on the community. Okay, but it was fucking badass, Robert. So if you haven't gone through that, hope you were on that one. But I went through so much on how to answer the technical questions and all that. But going back here, so open mind. I'm not getting you roasted, man. I'm just the way that this is just me, man. Okay, I love everyone. Obviously, I want the best for you. I want you to get a high paying job sooner than later. But man, uh, it's legit, folks. Hell yes, man. So I'm gonna get back to you on that one, open minded. But no, man, I really wanna help you. But that's the thing, man. I cannot just focus the next 20 minutes and give you so much because even if I do that, you may not take any action. You may go back and do the things that you are doing probably right now. Listening to people that probably they don't have what you want. And this is an advice that I tell my students. Never ever take any advice or guidance from someone that don't have a high paying job in IT and don't have the life that you want. So this is not just based on the income. It's the income and the life that you want. And yeah, probably it's kind of difficult to find that type of people, but that's exactly what you want to find and be able to learn from them. But don't ever take advice from someone that don't have the results that you want. Okay. Now, and you open mind about that. Like I can just because you're not gonna end up doing. You see, when people don't pay attention. That's just the reality of it. If I go on for 1 hour, you probably end up doing one thing compared to like really put yourself into a process that you pay for it, where you're gonna pay attention to for you to get the results that you want. My advice right now, man, is to stop studying the security class. You already have a cybersecurity degree, so that's no need for a fucking CompTIA certification. I don't know who the fuck told you that you need to do that. So stop doing that. Really stop doing that. You need to learn about how to learn before you go and learn something, another technical topic, because probably you don't know how to learn. You don't know how to process information. You don't know how to study. You don't know how to storytell. You don't know how to put a picture in someone else's mind for people to be like, holy shit, this guy knows a lot. Holy shit, this is a guy that we're looking for. Like, you don't know how to do that. Learn how to do that first. And that's how to learn. Then learn about storytelling too. That's are the top two things that I will say for you to focus on before you go and get your security plus. Okay, Tyndall Oscar. I finished computer information technology degree last December. I have now started searching for IT jobs. I work in healthcare, but I wanted to start my IT career now. What's the best way to start, man? There's so many people with a bachelor's degree, they cannot get a job, man. A lot of them. So I don't know what to tell you here, man. There are 2 videos I have. You can go through them. I don't have the link for those 2 videos. And how to go about getting your first job in IT in 3-4 months. Obviously, having a bachelor's degree, that helps. I'm not saying it's just not going to help you at all. That's like, if you have it, yes, that's going to obviously help. It helps. But it helps more about how you're going to go about through the job interview process. Okay? Because if you and I go on that same process, I'm going to get the job, even though I'm a high school dropout. And I'm going to go at the same level that you are, learning just the same things. I'm not going to go based on not just based on learning even something new. Because a lot of it, once again, it's all behind that. And the way that you learn and how the way that you perceive, it's just so many things in between. Now, Phantom, I make more than an entry-level job IT. Will be pay cut for me to leave. Figure and during weekends will help to get experience. Bro, you're not answering the question, Phantom 79. You're not answering the question. Like, I get that. That's obvious. That's what I was thinking. But how much are you earning right now? How much are you earning right now? And this job that you have nothing related to IT, please tell me how much is that? Woo! Okay, let's continue. Do you consider junior cyber roles as to entry or a good start, even if you can get around 60K? Consider role entry or good start, even if you cannot around 60K. I will take it. If I don't have that many bills to pay, I will probably take it. And probably be there for 4 months, not even 6 months, just 4 months, and get out of there, and then go and get something that's gonna pay me probably 70, 80K. Because if you're not going to earn 60K, probably like 45, 50, 55K, just be there for 4 months. You have the title, you do some hands-on, and then all depends on how you go about and sell yourself, how you go about and storytell, how you go about and learn what you have to learn, and be able to and put it to like in a way and how you're going to storytell that to other people. Again, that's I don't see a problem. Now, cool, thanks for the advice. Any last word? Oh, like 2 years. Okay, last word since the one and a half offer 110. Parker, you're getting underpaid. Man, okay, I think you guys kind of have your own conversation going, and that's fine. I'm just gonna let you kind of have your own conversation going right there. So, any other questions? Right. Once again, let me go back on what I just told my students. I end up uploading this video in this community that I have membership, and I told them like, look, let me tell you something. Like, look, the economy 6 months, 1 year from now, it's gonna collapse, and I hope you're hearing me. It's gonna fucking collapse. That means we're gonna go not just through a recession, we're gonna go through a major recession. So the opportunities that you see right now, guys, will not be there in the next few months. Now imagine you're gonna have so much, some more individuals, right? Either going in IT, going on the next job, so it's gonna be very competitive. So the question that you always need to have, and that's the thing that I always tell my students, this is a question that you need to have all the time. All the time. How the hell I'm going to be able to differentiate myself from everyone else? How the hell I'm going to do that? How I'm going to go and differentiate myself from everyone else in order for me to get that job and not any of the other probably 7, 10 other people that are going through the same process and getting the job. And that's going to get you thinking, for you to probably now focus on something that's going to allow you for you to stand out, for people to remember your name, because how you went about that job interview process. Because there are many things, like so many things that you have to do in order for you to get a job. This is not just based on how you answer the technical questions. People can tell right away when you answer a question if you are fucking new in IT. People can tell just like that, just because the way that you answer the questions. And listen on what I'm saying, okay? Because I'm not saying because you couldn't answer the question, because I know you're probably thinking, no, I know that information really well, Jorge, so I know if they ask me something, I'm going to be able to answer. I'm not saying that. Even though you may have. So this is what I tell everyone. So I really hope this in your mind. Okay? I really hope you get this in your mind. You end up going through that Security Plus. You end up going through that CISCO CCNA. You end up going through any other IT certification. And you said, Jorge, I took my time. I end up going through it the right way. I know that information really well. You can ask me anything, and I'm sure that I can answer that question because I know that I have the knowledge because I took the time. And I'm like, look, bro, so hear me out, okay? Look, let me get in a position to go at you. Let me get closer. If you cannot sell what you have learned, if you cannot educate other people about it, if you cannot storytell, if you cannot use what you learn in a way that you can connect with people in order for them to fucking like you, for them to fucking trust you, or for you to put a fucking huge image in someone else's mind and be able to walk them through and that one image by creating this scenario and what you are capable of doing through storytelling, that means that you don't know shit. That means that you do not know shit. Even though you feel so proud of that you end up learning all these topics. But if you cannot do the things that I just said, you do not know shit, because you may not get the job you want. And where's my microphone? So that I can do. And I walk away and I'm done. Pablo, how much do your program cost? Too much, man. I make 90K East Coast, but I'm getting burned out. I have family that depends on the salary and being and don't want any experience in IT, weekends, jobs. Look, bro, Phantom, I'm going to tell you something, man, okay? I'm going to tell you something. It's all based on sacrifices, man. It's all based on sacrifices. If you go all in IT, you can get a job in 4 or 5 months. A job that can pay you in the East Coast about, if you do it right, about 70K. And then you be on that job for 4 months, man. 4 months. 4 months. 5 months, maybe. You go all in. You continually educate yourself. You go all in, even on the weekends, to study, learning the right things, not just based on fucking IT certifications, because that's not going to get you a better job. Will help, but that's not the answer. But you continually go on these other things that you need to learn that are high paid skills about how to storytell and how to position and how to sell and how to educate and how to connect with, like all that based on persuasion, influence, and all that combined. Because that's what I basically kind of teach you throughout the process. But you know how to do that. 4 or 5 months, 6 the most. No, not even 6, because if you want to get more than 90K, it will take me fucking 4 or 5 months. I get my first job in 4 months, that will pay me 70K. And then in the next 4 or 5 months, I get to the next job that's going to pay me more than 90, probably 95, 100K. And then at that point, I get 2 jobs. So what that means, you left your job. And then this is what I need you to think. You left your job, let's say last week, right? 90K, 1,000. You left that job and you start your first job in IT, let's say this week. So that means in the next 4 months, you will prepare. That way you can go for something that's going to pay you about the 90 to 100K. So what does that mean? You are only 4 months without having the same paycheck. Okay. And I don't think you're gonna be burned out, because it seems that on that job that you have, you are burning out yourself. So if you can handle like 4 fucking months, then you can get to something that's gonna pay you the same or even more, and something that's more relaxed. And you have to think of it this way: that now you can go after 2 jobs working from home. So now you can make up what you end up not earning these 4 months. I hope you've seen the big picture, because if not, I don't know what else to say. Really, this is why I tell everyone, you have to see the big picture. So this is why when someone come up to me, Jorge, I'm gonna go and get cloud IT certifications because I want to become a cloud engineer. I'm like, you go and do that, and let's see how long it's gonna take for you to get to a cloud engineer position, or how many jobs you have to go through in order for you to get to a cloud engineer level position, compared to doing my way, because my way it's just 2. That's, you get your first job in IT, you get to 60, 75K for no more than 6 months, and then you get to the cloud engineer position. A lot easier because of that background that you have. A lot easier compared to what many people may say. And my voice is almost gone. I filmed 2 videos today. I'm gonna film a lot more tomorrow. Woo! Okay. Man, I see a lot of comments. That's good, guys. Let's see here. I don't know, bro. The one that it's possible to learn Spanish in that same amount of time. I have no idea, man. I do. Thanks for the info. No problem, man. Anytime. Major Rodriguez, what happens if I want to join your program with a CCNA already completed? Will advance in your program? Yes and no, because I'm gonna ask you. Look, Rodriguez. If you have your Cisco CCNA, the first thing that I'm gonna do is the same thing that I do with everyone that joins my program already with the CCNA. I ask you 2, 3 questions, and at that point, I will prove it to you that you don't have what it takes and how to go about answering questions, and based on how you end up learning that information. Now, and this is something that I tell when the students join. Like, look, I cannot help people be like, Jorge, I already have a job in IT. I already have my CCNA, and I already have another, few IT certifications. I have experience working in IT, so I'm good, but I've been trying to get to, that job that's gonna pay me 100K, to get to that 6-figure income. And I think I'm ready. And I've been applying to some jobs, and for some reason, I go through the job interview process, and basically this happened. They either call me and say, not a good fit, or they just don't call me back. So can you just help me to get to that job, going through the job interview process, a storytelling, and be able to get that job? And my answer is always no, I cannot fucking do that. But why not, Jorge? I'm like, because the way that you end up learning everything up to this point, it was probably the way that most people go through and learn things. All fucked up. You don't know. So we have to go back and go through some of the things that and go through them the right way. And doing these exercises that will allow you for you to know exactly how to answer those technical questions, and for you to obviously do the other things that will allow you for you to fucking get the job. And they go through it. So you have to be open. This is not you coming in thinking that you know better, and then like, no, that's just not how fucking works at all. But you will still teach me if I'm willing. Of course, of course. You go through the entire process with me. You're not signing up for that coaching program. I end up teaching you like all of it. Needed, basically. Now, here's the thing that happens. If someone joins already with some even experience, or probably they end up going through a CCNA, so they kind of have the idea, that really we can go through a process a lot faster. So instead of, let's say, 4 months and you getting your first job or the next job, it can take you probably 3 months, maybe two. All depends on how much time you have. It really comes down to that, on how much time you have. But Rodriguez, that one is for you if you want it, man. So if you want to join the program, just make sure that you take a look at the freaking details. That way you don't sign up for something and you don't know what the hell. Okay? My boys, man, my boys. I'm just checking if I have a meeting, and I do. I have a meeting at 8 p.m. with one of my students. So I only have 10 minutes left, guys. So any other questions? Now here we go again. GM, do you offer cybersecurity program, bro? Bro, I got you through that fucking process on how to get a cybersecurity job. But I help you to get, well, now let me be clear on that. I don't know if you're new, GM. Are you new in IT? You're trying to get in a job in IT? Because once again, you're not going to get a cybersecurity job out of being your first job in IT. I help you to get to that first good job. This allows you for you to do that next. Now, what cloud certifications do you recommend? That's a really bad question, man. That's a lazy question, by the way. That's a scenario of a bad, a lazy question. You see, the students know what certifications they need to get because they end up going through this process specific to find out what they, not someone else, not what they get from other people. They have no fucking idea, but for them to find out what they need. You see, like, let me put it this way. Some students, they end up getting the CISCO CCNA, they end up going on the A.S.A.P certification. But I have other, they end up going through the CCNA, they end up getting that AWS. And some others, nothing to do with cloud. Some others, they go and they end up getting after probably the CCNP, that in core. Or probably they end up going on virtualization, VMware, and they get the Visual Certified Associate. Now, why? Because it's not the same for everyone. This is not me saying, oh, after you get the CCNA, this is the next certification that you need to get. No, that's just not how it works. Oh, I'm gonna go in cloud. So, like, no, because it's based on a few facts, and I have to kind of go through for a long time here to just kind of tell you, like, you know. Jorge, do you invest some of your salary? Bro, if I tell you how much I invest on myself, you will not believe it. You know, this is how much I end up paying for this program. It was about 7K, 7,000. And that was something personal. That was something personal, something that I have to go somewhere. Nothing to do with IT, by the way. You know, I probably do between 5 up to 10 grand a year. A year. And I do buy a lot of courses when I need to, depending on what I'm learning. And this is nothing to do with IT, by the way. Nothing to do with IT. But yeah, man, if you the best investment is on yourself. That's where you get the most interest of. If you know how to study, by the way, because many people don't even know how to do that. That drives me crazy. So currently I have a desktop support job. That's an entry-level job. Do I need first to get assist admin experience? What steps will you make to move from a desktop? This is what I will do, and this is for MIGGS. I don't know if that's Miguel Gutierrez, so I don't know. I'm just guessing. But my advice is get a network position, a network admin engineer position, and that way you get it sooner than later. And from there, you go to a cloud engineer that can pay you probably at that point 110, 120K. So you go for a networks admin analyst level 2, maybe network engineer position from that job, because yes, that's possible. Something that can pay you probably 80 to 90K. And then from there, you go to cloud engineer, and that all can happen under 1 year. Assis, what's going on, man? I have the fucking community open, bro. It's fucking $77, man. Just join the fucking community. Assis. So now you end up getting what you wanted, right? And you see, Assis kind of end up going through my process, not all of it. He just ended up kind of going through kind of the main parts, but he was able to get the most today. I mean, he was able to get the most out of it, and he got what he wanted out of it. That's kind of the thing, guys. That it can be just one thing that can really change everything for you. Just one thing, and I tell the same to my students. It can be just one thing, just one that can really change everything for you. Asis, I want more now, bro. Let's go for it. Even me, man. I can tell you all the process that I'm about to go through. I'm gonna go and get a better job myself, and that's by the end of September, beginning of October. Now I'm going after a better job because I still want to go after my IT career. The problem sometimes with me is because I'm doing network engineer academy, like, and I have a family. It's really difficult to find the time for me to study because I have the call with the students. I have to create the content. I have to do the exercises. I have to do the one-on-one calls. I have to do the group calls. I have just too much going on. But I finally end up deciding in a way. I'm going in a way on uh, finding a way for me to in July to go and put a lot of time on me. So by the end of September, early October, I go for something that's more of an architect level position. So now I really have to go, guys. I only have about 5 minutes. Any other questions, guys? Now, who asked for the coaching program? I don't know who asked for that coach. Oh, that was you, Rodriguez. Okay. If you're serious, man, let me know. So just to know how much do you make a year? Just my full-time job, 130, close to 132 with the whatever race or whatever. So close to 132 right now, working from home. And I'm a lead technical engineer. So that's my job right now, lead technical engineer. And my previous job was a senior network and senior system engineer position. And I've been in this company for a while. This company that they hired me as a lead technical engineer. So it's at that point to move on. So that's gonna happen in the next few months. So going after for something that will pay between 150 to 160K. So yeah, and just one job, guys, because I cannot do two jobs. Because obviously I want to be very effective at my one job. Because remember, I still have everything with Network Engineer Academy, the coaching, the membership, and a lot other things. And if any of you end up at one point joining either my coaching program or the membership, you'll see how much I fucking care about you, like big time. But this is something that you can fucking do on your own as well. Don't care. At the end of the day, you're the one getting the results that you want. That's it. Right? Like it's not gonna really affect me, what you end up deciding. If you want to go out there and kind of do it on your own, do it, and then come back 6 months later and let's see what results you end up getting. We're not going to let you just get a little pay increase. Hell no, man. That has to be 150, 160. I really have, and it's not a big of a difference. It's about 20 to 30K. But yeah. So that's the next move for me. Long time due, by the way. Long time due. But really, guys, be in my shoes, right? Like doing network engineer academy, doing all this. You think I'm gonna? Many people don't have what the things that I have going on, and they don't have time for them to study. So it's difficult to find the right time to study. Yeah, it's like IT mentoring, man. I give you access to everything you need, man. We do one-on-one calls and all of that. And that's basically the link that I posted on top. You know, like this is basically what I want you guys to get out of this conversation is for you to see yourself being more than what you are right now, and that it's possible for you because once again, it's not difficult for you to have a high paying job in IT in 6 months, in a year. It all depends on where you are right now. And every time I said a high paying job in IT, if you ask any of this to on my students, like, what does it mean when Jorge says a high paying job in IT? And my students will tell you a job that will pay you 130,000 or more. So what that means is, because I know some people be like, Jorge, I have a high paying job in IT. Oh, really? How much do you earn? Oh, 110. Bro, that was probably 5 years back. 5 years ago, yes, you had a high paying job in IT. Now how the economy is today, based on how the economy is and based on what we are going through, you're just earning a six-figure income. It's not a high-paying job in IT. A high-paying job in IT, that's when you can say, I'm earning 130 or more. That's then, and only then you can say that you have a high-paying job in IT. Even if you are like 130, like right there, even 128, 9, like touching that 130, okay, you have a high paying job in IT. But you cannot say that you have one when you're earning 120 or 110. You cannot, like, no, no. 130 or more. That's when you have a high paying job in IT. And one job, don't come up to me that you're like, oh, Jorge, I have a high paying job in IT. I'm earning 160. I have this job that pays me like 90K and this other that pays me 70K. No, you do not have a high paying job in IT. Yes, you have a high income because you have two jobs, but you don't have a high paying job in IT, bro. Right there, Carlos. I didn't know that you end up joining this guy. I didn't know because I know that guy is expensive. I know that fucking guy is expensive. And yes, Jonathan, Carlos ended up joining the coaching not too long ago. I think it was last week too. Jorge, where should I try to start getting my BS? Is that BS for bachelors or BS for bullshit? Oh, 8 weeks to get my degree in information technology. I don't get it. I hate it. Rip off, man. That guy makes a lot of money. To tell you, to Carlos, that guy makes a lot of money. Because I know he charged a lot, and a lot of that money goes to marketing. Because you see this guy everywhere, so he knows how to market. That's for sure. But you see, that's the thing. I don't want to do that yet until I have a lot of you with a hyping job in IT being a testimonial. Like, look, this fucking process works. Look, if someone else tell you, bro, fuck, yeah, someone text me. Just give me a few minutes, guys. Let me see if this guy gives me like another 15 minutes to connect because I don't have anything for after that. A two, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Chris, I don't know if you're here listening to me, man. Just give me 10 minutes and I will send you the link to connect. So, if someone tell you, like get your A plus, this is the answer that you have to tell them. And this is something that I told one of my students to one day. Never remember that because when you mention like it's because a lot of people are telling me to get an A plus, I'm like, look, this is what you need to reply and respond and be like, okay, I'm gonna take the A plus, but you better pay my fucking bills. So I have a car payment, you better pay for it. Okay? I have a mortgage, you better fucking pay for it. If you want me to take that A plus, you better pay for my bills because that fucking A plus is gonna keep me fucking broke, with a fucking low paying job for the next 6 months, 1 year. So if you wanted to take the A plus and me to go that route, then you have to pay me that bills. And The next time a fucking YouTuber tell you that, oh, go and get your CompTIA certifications, and like reply to them and be like, hey, are you gonna pay my bills if I go and get my A+? Because that shit, that's for broke people. I don't want to be broke. $40,000, $45,000. I look at some of those jobs right now. Might as well just go work on the warehouse on Amazon. And I get probably $19, $21. I think fucking UPS and FedEx pay about $22, $25 an hour. And you don't have to take shit. You just go apply and then you work. That's it. So why would you waste time and fucking money to take A+, Neuro plus, if you're gonna end up getting the same fucking... Can be getting paid low wages again, entry level work. I'm 30 and running out of time. Bro, you're 30, you're not running out of time. You just have to make it right. Because 1 year from now, Jonathan, or no, Jax, you can easily earning 120K, man. Not difficult. OMG. Come on, guys. I only have 5 minutes, and I really do have 5 minutes. Hopefully they don't say, please. Carlos, did you just requested access to that community? It's just the same you, right, Carlos Ortiz? Approve. The fuck is... Oh, the heck. Okay. Last, I have to go, guys. So let's see. I'm 32, Jorge. It's just to get me to where I need to be. Let's get there, man. My bachelor's is useless as collects dust. I need to start penny pushing to get that seller program. I need to start penny pushing. Bro, just reach out to me. We work on a plan or something, but just have to kind of go all in with me. Hey, I'm from Jamaica, and most of the networking jobs are senior level admin jobs. My question is approach to young entry level job roles. Yes, is the recording of the last calls will be... Yes, Robert. That's gonna be uploaded tomorrow. So yes, and you better go through that one call that we ended up doing that last night, Robert. It was so fucking good, man. Like how you go about answering the questions, the technical questions. I break it down really on this. I mean, it's just you're gonna fucking fall in love with that one training, And I told the students on that one call, like this just one pays, it's worth so much, a lot more than when you end up paying for that month or just. And you're gonna see, you're just gonna see. Okay, so yeah. Jason, good man. I'm glad I'm able to help somehow. That's funny because you can make around the same working an Amazon warehouse with like head chain some with I plus. Yeah, yeah, that's true, man. I'm just going based on true. So next time some YouTuber give you that advice, just tell them, well, I'm gonna go and get your advice, man, but you better end up paying my fucking bills, man. Now I do have to go, guys. Everyone have a good night. I think I went for an hour and a half. Shit, I usually don't do that. And for those of you new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And for those of you that want to make shit happen, there is a link for the coaching program. Just make sure you go through the details and be ready to fucking sign up. And by the way, by the end of next month, probably the beginning, I may not have that because now my main focus is on the membership. So again, everyone have a good night. Everyone have a good night, and I will talk to you next week.